Alright everyone, today we're going beyond the light as we prepare for Year 4 of Destiny 2. There's lots of new abilities coming with the introduction of the new Stasis subclass, and in today's video we're going to look at what this means for the Warlock's class ability, the exotics you'll need, and how the new Frostpulse Rift aspect is going to become vital in Beyond Light. So if you're hyped for Beyond Light, give this video a rating down below, sub to the channel if you're new, and let's get into it. Stasis is going to change Destiny as we know it. From what we know so far, Warlock's Rift abilities are going to be getting in on the action, all thanks to the new aspect and fragment options available in Beyond Light. We will be covering Hunters and Titans too here on the channel, so stay tuned for that. Aspects and fragments though are items that you will be able to discover in the world in Beyond Light. Aspects will be class specific, whereas fragments can be used by all. Both can be mixed and matched to make many unique builds, and I am excited to see what this brings. But now I'm going to focus on one of the examples we were provided in the recent breakdown and how you might want to build into this in Year 4 with a few exotics. Shadebinder's Frostpulse Stasis aspect will grant you the ability to generate a shockwave that freezes nearby combatants when casting your rift. Now we don't know exactly where to find this yet, but given the description that talks about a conflux, I expect it to be within a frozen vex structure on Europa. You can also combine this with the Whisper of Refraction fragment, as stated by Bungie, which will replenish class ability energy when shattering frozen enemies. This new Freezing Rift ability totally changes the game for Warlocks, and there's a number of exotics that are going to enhance this even further, allowing you to make rifts an even more potent and potentially unlimited part of your arsenal. First up, we've got the Stag exotic helmet. Its Daily Departed intrinsic perk grants rift energy when you are critically wounded. It also creates a healing rift upon your death. Now I'm not sure if this rift created on your death will utilise the Frostpulse aspect and send out a freezing shockwave, but if it does, it'll be incredibly useful to enable your allies to revive you in what was a previously sticky situation of now frozen enemies. But either way, the nice boost to rift energy when wounded will help decrease the cooldown of your rift. This is definitely one exotic you might be seeing more often in PvP especially. Next up, we've got the Vesper of Radius exotic chest armour, a very underused exotic which may be shot into the limelight very soon. Planetary Torrent is the intrinsic perk. Rifts release an arc shockwave when cast. Rift energy recharges faster when surrounded by enemies. Now you already know why this one is going to be OP. An arc and stasis shockwave from simply casting one rift, yeah, that is awesome. Now depending on how the game reads this, if the Frostpulse freezes first and then the arc shockwave then shatters enemies, you've got an even more potent 1-2 punch when used with the Whisper of Refraction fragment mentioned earlier on. I'm not sure if this is going to become meta in PvE, but if the style of the content permits, it could definitely be a great build option to consider. Lastly, we've got Sanguine Alchemy, and what I think will be the best exotic to use with the Frostpulse aspect, especially if we can lean into abilities or even weapons that allow you to freeze and shatter more enemies consistently. This exotic chest armour piece comes with the Blood Magic intrinsic perk. Weapon kills while standing in any rift pause the rift's countdown, extending its duration. Further kills maintain and extend the length of the pause. This exotic is already great, yet you probably don't even see it or consider using it. I've put it into plenty of builds here on the channel and it's incredibly useful with either healing or empowering rifts. Now as you initially freeze and then shatter enemies with the Frostpulse aspect, you'll extend the rift timer, and if we get some stasis weapons, or if you build into ability cooldowns with your stasis cold snap grenade or Shadebinder penumbral blast melee which will freeze enemies, you can in theory, well not even in theory, I know for a fact you'll be able to have infinite Frostpulse rifts. As for exotic weapons, Monte Carlo comes into mind to grant melee energy consistently thanks to its exotic perk, and even the brand new Traveller's Chosen sidearm by consuming stacks of Gathering Light to instantly refresh all of your abilities. There's already some seriously broken builds springing to mind, especially with the Arrivals mods, but for now I'm going to leave you with that as food for thought. Beyond Light is going to be immense, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's possible with the new Stasis abilities. Let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to the most. We are going to be covering everything in terms of builds, weapons and mods in year 4, so you know what to do. Subscribe if you're new here, it's a free and easy way to support the channel. If you found this video helpful, or if you too have got that Beyond Light Stasis itch, I suggest you go see a doctor. But no, seriously, give us a rating down below too, it helps the channel out and it's always greatly appreciated. That's it for this one though, so on that and as always, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.